Ladies and gentlemen, fanboys, fangirls, Ocho fans, etc., welcome to another episode of Anime Unlocked that's about to be unleashed up in here. This has been a crazy week for me, but being on this show, I'll be honest with you guys. I think this is like a place whereby I can, not say unwind, I can let my nerdness go unleash, unlock above and beyond. So I can dive into the type of topic that allow you to dissect things. I had a little homework assignment of a particular anime that I never got a chance to watch for many years. As you see the title, Teknoman. And when it comes to mech, I had to be very, very critical about anything and everything. So I did my homework, watched anime, watched a couple of episodes. Some of these episodes I had to rewatch it again because I was trying to understand the concept. Because just like when you watch Voltron, you watch Robotech, you watch Marcos, you watch Big O. I can mention a lot of mech anime. You want to understand the concept behind the storyline. So I did that. I watched a bunch of episodes. It was very interesting. Had a very unique flair to the storyline. But there was something that was getting on me like I was trying to figure out what did the creator idea? What are you really doing with this? Because don't get me wrong, it had its own uniqueness, which I really appreciate. I really appreciate a lot. It was going somewhere, but I just felt at that time, if I was a kid, I felt I would have been like, to be honest with you, I would have been conflicted because I would like to either I stick with this one, I bat on Robotech, or I bat on Robotech and try to stick with this one. This one I'll go to the other one, Marcos. But I started watching Marcos much later on out of the year. But to get an idea what I'm talking about, because when it comes to mech anime, you want to make sure you find the right one. Trust me. You want to find not only the right one, you want to make sure you don't make the mistake. Don't get me wrong, I'm coming back right now, but I'm still talking because I want to get something to drink. This is something where I've been unaware about. Teknoman seems like a very iconic anime that I believe it needs to be not remastered, but if I were to say the word reproduce, yeah, bring it up to date anime production, bring it up to speed, maybe do a tweak or two on the storyline. 'Cause I felt this should could have been like a multiple season anime series, but bring depth to the conversation. Because for one, just like we would talk about the Dragon Ball Z franchise, which we heavily criticize, because I see there's other podcasts or other content creators who are not only monitoring the Dragon Ball Z franchise, but they're very critical because one, as a fan or avid watcher of the show, we want to understand what we are watching, what to enjoy what we're watching, which is very, very true. So by all means, you got to enjoy what you do best. So to when I look at techno, I'm not gonna lie, as a nerd as I am, I was thinking, yeah, I'm about to test drive this madness. You see this right here? If I go La Vida Loco, if I lift a water buffalo or hippopotamus and start jackknifing, do some F5 or F10, rest of the move, don't blame me. Blame Ghost of Sparta. You see me flipping cars, it's his fault, not mine. He got me this.
This is Sparta!
Daddy's home. Oh, I gotta fuck you up now. You're disrespecting my favorite anime, you motherfucker.
No, I
I'm,
no, I wouldn't
I'm gonna
disrespect him.
spirit right through this
No,
fucking camera.
hold on. What I'm saying is, I find something interesting, but I was like, something is missing because you said it yourself. How many seasons would this anime had?
I have 2 seasons total. Plus, hang on. I also had Tekkaman Blade 2, the sequel, and that was actually extremely good too.
I said this could have been multiple seasons.
Exactly.
If you hear what I just said,
For
I
some
I
reason,
yes,
for
go ahead.
some reason, I don't know what is the reason it didn't get a good audience view. I think it had everything. It had a good storyline. I had a good what's it called allies. It had a good bad guy, obviously, Doth
Hmm.
Khan, and his brother was one of the villains. Oh my god, that to me was like the one of the best shows. I grew up in this. I discovered Technoman back in Greece, 94, before he came here to the States, actually.
Hmm.
So when I discovered it, I remember I caught half through the first episode. Like I was like glued like this. Oh my god, this is so cool.
And my thing is, when you say you discovered, when you give me that assignment, as I was watching it, like I said, I'm a crazy nerd. When I see something, I feel like, hold on. Something's missing here. I'm not saying it's bad. I just say there's a particular idea too much have been overlooked that could have been expounded
It was a
upon,
lot of things
or
overlooked.
it could have been expanded even because the first came to my mind is where the
Yeah, keep
origin
talking. I
how
want to bring something in the camera. I'll show you how big a fan I am. Give me one sec. Keep talking.
okay. What I was saying this I'm not trying to criticize anime, but this something how I feel. I feel that there's not enough storytelling needed because I felt like because something was lacking. Either this guy had this show he want to put out, and somehow, and I say it was rushed, which it wasn't. It didn't feel like it was rushed. It felt like they didn't allow him enough time to expand upon the idea as much as he could, so there could have been a multiple season anime. Because whenever you see these type of anime out here that have one or two seasons, that's just it, and you watch it and you feel like, wait a minute, there could have been multiple. This thing had the it factor could have been multiple seasons. Why stop here?
All right, so David, I showed you this already.
I remember you showed me that.
So for our artists, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a huge Technoman geek. Um, to the point I am actually collecting the collectibles. These are extremely hard to get on your hands. You maybe find them at Amazon if you're lucky, maybe at a con, but these are very expensive. They're like a couple $100 a pop. Yeah. So I don't know if you got to this point in the show of the Techno suit. So let me give you guys a little history on Technoman because I don't know you probably don't know about this, David. Tekkaman, the original name is not Teknoman, it's called Tekkaman, Tekkamana. So
Mhm.
the original show wasn't what you saw. The original was back in the early 60s, late 50s.
I need to see that then.
Yeah. He went into the machine. He went into a mecha. Came out with wires, and it transformed him into a Tekkaman. What we know. So they brought it back in the 90s with a fresh reboot, Technoman
So that's
Blade.
what. So now I see, now you understand what I said. Something still missing because this
It,
one I should not been watching. I should have watched the more original version that with the original idea.
the original one was horrible.
It was.
Yeah, that's why nobody knows about it. Yeah, so I'm gonna look it up for you.
No, no. The way I'm asking this because just like for example, like other anime, there will be other anime we'll talk about along the line. There were one or two or three versions, like Gaira, the bio armor, the bio no, what do you call this? The bio armor booster, where they kid touched one particular armor, it took over him and became like a bio weapon. Now the first version was kind of okay. The second version looked like it would have 3 or 4 seasons, and they stopped. I was mad.
All right, David. So this is the page I got. This is so little information on this. You see more Technoman than what you watched.
Mhm.
This is Tekkaman. The Space Knight.
Oh,
Here's another one. It is very similar to the costume and the uniform. What you saw, what I have you watch and do your homework.
Mhm.
And here's one of the few toys, and so on. It very little information on it because it
I see
was
what you're saying.
so bad.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
This is
go
why
ahead. Finish what you're going to say now.
I'm glad you mentioned that because this is why I was looking at one particular content creator on Instagram, and she's heavy into anime. I was like, see, I need to find a female who is heavy into anime like we are, so she can.
Pass.
That would be a cool idea. With I'm just saying, anyone you know out there who love anime, like I do, like Wally do, who like to go and dissect things, introduce them to this platform. Let them know that we're looking for another member to join the team, so we can have a very unique conversation every Wednesday. So when we dealing with different anime, we want to make sure we do it justice because, like I said, I feel like this Tekkaman could have been done better. Then learning from Ghost of Sparta, the original version was awful, but they get some kind of like a reboot and give it a better look. I feel like more should could have been done. That's how I felt. Remember I told you, look at it. Look at an anime called Thunder Sub. I'm gonna Google it right now because this is what I'm trying to tell people. There's a lot of old school anime that could have been. Yeah, you look at the thing called Thunder Sub. It was known as Space Carrier Blue Noir, right? That anime is old.
Yeah. So
You get me?
here where I have a little issue with Tekkaman or Teknoman. So the first they changed some things in the story, and I don't understand this. And this is where I want to say I have issues. I have a question marks. It has never been answered. From Technoman OG, what we're talking about tonight. I thought it's six something what we're talking about now. To Tekkaman Blade 2. They say in the show, hang on, let me get this guy in here. Wally, what's going on, man?
Yeah, sorry everybody, I'm late. Just
That's
gotta
all
do
right.
something.
But you said
Yeah.
this was the original Tekkaman is from the 80s, right?
Is it 80s?
Because as I'm trying to research it, they say Tekkaman Blade was 1992, but you said it was
Yes, that's
much
correct.
older than that. That means the old original version they kind of like wipe it out just to remove the embarrassment. Because remember, I tell you, I feel like there's something more missing
All
to
right,
this.
let me finish what I was going to say first. All right.
Okay.
Between Technoman 1 to Technoman 2, they say they it was a gap. So it's a huge gap saying, oh, now they're making their own Technoman. They figured how to use, they have to pick somebody who has a primary body, a pure body. Not like they're a virgin or anything. Like they'll be able to take the crystal power, the techno crystal, in other words. The other thing I didn't like about it, they said, is that, oh, Blade was a founder of the Space Knights. He was never a founder of the Space Knights, if you remember watching the beginning of it.
Hmm. But you didn't mention, oh, they need a body who is not a virgin. So you tell me virgin body is weak?
I'm not saying that. That they're saying a primary body. They said,
Oh,
not a version body, a primary body. That's why they
you,
that
you,
specifically.
you got me scared. I was thinking, well, he'll be a
No,
spot to make
it's
it work.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
I was
all
expecting
right.
why the fans are like, oh, here we
All right,
go
let me
again.
take the back seat. I'm the guest tonight, and let you
No,
guys
no, no,
have
no,
the show.
no. You don't have to take a backseat because this is one of your favorite anime. But what I was trying to
I'm
point
obsessed with
out,
it.
I don't think you are upset. I'm being critical, and I felt they could have had more time to perfect it.
I'm not disagreeing with that part one bit. It could have used a couple more seasons. Maybe do a season between Technoman 1 and Technoman 2. Explain what happened. Why is Blade the founder of the Space Knights? How did they become? Now you have multiple Technomans. That part I don't understand.
Now you get what I'm
Well,
saying.
here's a part for you. Is it techno or is it tech up, man?
So that is the good question. So in Japan, it's called Tekkaman Blade. So in America, it's called Technoman.
Yeah, here's the problem though. When you're trying to look for the anime, it's still gonna look up Tekka. So that's why I'm like, you may as well just call it Tekkaman, not
I'm
Tekkaman.
not disagreeing with you one bit. If you look it up on Google, it comes. You have to look it up as Tekkaman Blade. That's how you have to look it up to find the series to watch it. I was very
Apparently,
surprised
because
I
it's
found it on YouTube.
pissing me off.
And the thing is, I'm very animal about detail, but when I'm trying to see that and I have a feeling that something is missing, it let me know that okay, there was a project that could have been bigger than what it is. But the
Absolutely.
limited amount of time was given, they guy had to like, I don't know, there was no Red Bull back in the days. So what they did is ultra caffeinated black coffee with no sugar, with no milk, with a teaspoon of salt, and got the guy super wired, tried to
Well,
brainstorm the
one thing
script.
I will say about Tekkaman Blade 2, they did a very good job. During the show, they do talk about a little backstory about it. They don't do that too much. Same thing with Teknoman too. If you get into the episodes a little further on, and they find out how did Blade get his power, they go in details. They show how he met, go the aliens, the space, the Verminoids took his body, and his
Mhm.
father rescued him and sent him to Earth. But at about the same time, the Venom was already ahead of him. So it was a very good backstory. I give him that.
And my thing is, you know what? Let me really be honest here. I believe if Tekkaman was done properly, it could have gave Robotech and Marco to run for their money and that do not down genre. Because there's a
Oh yeah,
lot of mech there was a lot of mech anime that would hit. It wasn't a miss. Robotech would have hit. Um Roboto Gundam with the hit. Marco with the hit. Thank you. Teknoman, also known as Tekkaman in Japan, is a 1992 Japanese anime series produced by Tatsunoko Production. It was later adapted in English by Saban Entertainment had their hand on a lot of anime.
absolutely.
A lot. And they're responsible for the infamous Go Go Power Ranger. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not cutting you off. Go ahead. This is your show.
Yeah, no, it's your show, but you're the head editor. But
That I'll take.
the thing is, you know what? Now that I look at the time frame, 1992 to 1995, I feel like they needed more time. With air 1995 in North America, the series combined elements of mecha, sci-fi, and space opera featuring a dark and mature storyline compared to many other anime of its time. It had a flair that it could have been a horror anime. It did. Because I was looking at it, I was like, mm, I don't know. It could, maybe not, but it does have that flair. Yeah, it does. I'm sorry, I'm very critical, guys. When I'm looking at these things, I'm like, wait a minute, why did it take this path? But there's not much of it done been done. What about you, Wally?
What are you asking?
What do you feel about the anime?
So sadly enough, I didn't get to take too much look into it throughout the week because I had other things going on. But
Okay.
for the lack thereof of what I was able to watch, so this gave me like a multitude of things. It's like okay, it gave me the Mech Knight field with pretty much the combination of the Guyver, like you just mentioned earlier when I came
Ye-
in.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Because that's what it gave me. It gave me the Mech Knight quote unquote guy Gundam type field with the whole Guyver type combination.
I'll take that.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that. Remember I mentioned it earlier. My guy with the Bio Mabuto armor. When I saw that, that's the first thing came to my mind. But I was like, I think something's off. Like I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like there's something is missing. You could have expanded, it has found it or also expanded even more. The redesign of it is good, but the storyline need more depth. Do you agree?
Who are you
Hmm.
talking to, David? Paul, why? I
I'm
mean,
talking to both of you guys. Like
okay. What was the question again?
it seemed like it could have done better, but it feel like the storyline need more depth. It need more not clarity, but more depth and foundation to make it that convincing. Like this, the anime you need to watch.
I am not the right person to ask that because I am such a huge fanboy of that. I'm
Okay,
biased here. As much as I don't
okay.
want to be, I am very biased to this. So I would say it's perfect the way it is. Could it use a I don't want to say reboot, but a remaster? Yes, but I would change a couple things. How, you know, the Technobot, for example, how they realize how to use the crystal with Technobot to refuse him to get his powers back. I would change that part of it, how they did that. Maybe find a different way to do that, or how he his when he became his ultimate form, his super Technoman mode. Maybe do a little different with that. There are a few things I would have done a little different. I'm not denying that.
And that's what I said. What I said. So when you analyze the thing, if you have a very creative mind on why you think it could have been redone or remastered or re-edited, it's because you realize there's something it's not put in place. It's not there. It missing one fundamental key to make it a very explosive anime. That's how I feel. I'm not gonna lie. I feel that it could have been way, way better than what it is. Now, if it suck, I'll tell you it suck. But it didn't. It had that flair. Maybe because they had on the lady who no 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 no. I don't think lady would be the case. It was confusing on both ends, but it was enjoyable to a degree.
The one thing I would definitely change if they ever go back and remaster it is the beginning felt something from the 80s or 90s. It felt just like that. I would more feel like, okay, it is not a 90s or 80s. It's something I would change how all the first couple episodes are because it, let me ask you a question, Dave. Did you feel like you were watching something from the 80s and 90s the first couple episodes?
Hmm.
That's
I
one thing
mean,
I
it
would really
definitely gave
change
me the
hardcore.
throwback. It definitely gave me the throwback. The viewing of like, because I watch Yu Yu Hakusho. Those are like literally the same elements as a Yu Yu Hakusho. Like watching the TV show, same
There you
elements.
go. That production flair.
Yeah. So it's a more classical. Yeah, it gives it a more classical look from the throwback days.
Let me throw also a Easter egg out there, and so you guys may not know about this because again, this is more a hardcore fan. They also made a Super Nintendo game out of this. Back then,
Yeah,
everything was coming to video games. I'm sorry, Wally.
yeah. I believe we have these in the notes, if I'm not mistaken, right now.
Okay, I apologize. Go ahead, continue, guys.
Yeah, but not. I mean, you just ahead of the ball. That's all it is. But
I'm
yes,
just very excited about Teknoman. I'm sorry, I'm very hardcore.
No,
Can you tell?
no, go ahead, Water. Because when he mentioned that, I'm going through my head like, what game? What game? Like,
yeah. Yeah. This was very like a throwback game. I forgot what station this came for. One.
Super Nintendo.
Okay, you're right. So yeah, that's why. That's why it's not that much known. As only Super Nintendo that didn't last long, and neither did this, sadly.
The thing with Super Nintendo back then, it's not only Teknoman, it was almost everything come out. And like, and Super Nintendo was making so many games at the point. You had Ghostbusters, you had Star Trek, you had Technoman, you had Gundam, you name it, you had it on the Super Nintendo at that point.
Pretty much. But all right. So let's just go to it, right? Well, yeah. Well, Go ahead, CP. Go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, let me read it. Set in the year of 2087, Earth is under siege by an alien race known as the Radam. With arriving a gigantic organic ship called Spore Ship.
Okay, I'm
Radam
writing
used
that.
Radam used Teknoman, a biomechanical enhanced warrior, to invade and destroy humanity. The story followed Blade, D-boy in Japan, a young man with amnesia who crashed down on Earth. He discovered that he is a former Teknoman who rebelled against the Radam. Blade possessed the ability to transform into the powerful armor warrior by using his ability to come at the cost of humanity. Blade joined the Space Knight, a defense force led by Commander Jameson. Alongside his allies include Ringo, Star, Maggie, and Tina. Blade fight against the Radam and his former sibling, who had been brainwashed into serving the enemy. As the series progressed, Blade memory returned, revealing his true identity as Takaya Aiba and the tragic fate of his family, who were transformed into Teknoman by the Radam. Blade must struggle with his deteriorating condition and ultimate battle against his evil twin brother, Teknoman Omega, Shinya Aiba. Mm. I didn't get a chance to see that end. But just looking at the plot itself,
You missed the best part, then, David.
Uh, Pretty much both of us did.
Yeah. So let me throw some more little nudges in there. All right, that I did not like as a hardcore fan. All right, and I think you guys are going to agree with me at this point. So in the American version, they called him Blade. In the Technoman, Tekkaman Blade 2, they called him Blade and also D Boy. They brought the Japanese flair in it.
hmm,
The second thing I had issues with the Japanese version when he powered on, he said in American says power on. And he said in European is there was what was it crystal on some shit like that. But in the Japanese version, and this is what I liked is it was Tech Center they called it. But in Blade 2, they used that. You see where my issues with it a little bit is?
hmm.
The consistency.
Bingo. There you go, buddy. I
No,
think. Go ahead, Willie. Because I got big.
no,
Uh,
I'll go throw this slight little poke at David. Once again, David, here's another one for you. Another anime with slightly some misconceptions of consistency. Thank you very
and this
much.
is if I'm a hardcore fan. I'm like, listen, if I had any
And
more room in my arms,
I'm glad you point that out.
I would tattoo, some Technoman on me next. If I would, that's how hardcore I am. But hang on a second. I think the studio was a hot mess back then when this came out because that was not the only show they came out with that was all over the fucking place, and I think that's why I didn't pick up because it was all over the fucking place. You had
Well,
go ahead.
I'll go. To be honest, I mean, I was really joking on the part of the consistency part because I mean, granted, that's just one small thing. I mean, technically, even though the one small thing is like, well, you're pretty much having the crystal in hand and you're trying to say a saying, and it's like, well, just imagine the whole world if someone were to sit here and say on a comic, like everyone's at a Comic Con, and you're saying gear on, and someone's saying techno center, and someone's saying, so I get it. It's so weird.
Like I use Transformers for example. In Greece, it was always it doesn't matter what season it was Maxon. And in American version, it was transform when they transformed. So that is, if you come to any con and someone says, no, it's this and that can start a fucking fist fight at a fucking Comic Con.
Well, yeah,
Imagine
but
how many.
that's yeah, but I mean that's slightly different. I'm just saying, like, if we're talking about like in America, like if everyone like okay, let's say you're here, right, and like
Mhm.
everyone goes to a Comic Con, you know it from watching the original from Japan as this, and someone else knows it as this, but it's like, so what is the correctable translational saying? Pick and choose your shot. That
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see like if it says one way here and technically in translation all it says is this, then why don't just in the American version just say the translation?
And you have a good point.
Like I said, I'm a man of my word. When I say somebody's right, somebody's right. We had this discussion before in the past about anime or scene production have a lack of consistency. While he won this battle, where he could add it on file. That's another anime that was not being consistent, but they did not given enough time to work on the production properly.
Because I'll be honest, just by listening to like the plot and the summary, so just listening to this, right, being read. If I were to eventually watch this, and I'm taking anybody that hasn't watched this with me, I would believe that I would believe that somewhere in this anime, neither season one or season two, which one I end up seeing this, I would get an understanding of how this crystal was made and how did this turn into a suit. Do I ever get that?
They do a backstory explain to you how he get the crystal. Yes,
All right,
they
cool,
do.
cool, 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 cool.
Yeah,
Because
they do
yeah,
explain how the Technobot gets built and how they use it to give Blade his powers back. And yes, to the, both of your things. But in David's defense, he thinks it wasn't dive deep enough with a Technobot. Agree, David? That you said earlier.
I mean, I have to agree because how the hell do you went from a crystal to a freaking robot armor body?
Thank you.
And
Because
let's be honest, I'm gonna be honest. I'm even gonna go further. It's like, okay, wait a minute, crystal, whatever you call it, go, and it's like,
oh
how
Lord,
does it wraps around your body? Like,
oh
please help
Lord.
me figure this out.
Now,
Where's
you
the
know what,
crystal on the freaking chest of your freaking armor?
Wally,
I'm
you can
sorry,
take
I'm just
over.
going in.
You can take over. You can take over.
I'm just being honest here. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I said, for the little bit of slowing that, especially the intro video that I saw, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, interesting. But you're trying to tell me this
you
crystal is
you
gonna
you
conform to
hit
a
it.
metal?
You hit it on the bullseye because the command for it to get its armor, I was feeling kind of like, oh boy, how do I discuss this part of this
A
anime?
crystal, a quote unquote rock into steel metal suit. Okay. Okay.
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying,
technically, don't get me wrong. I mean, technically, if you think about it in a
yeah,
way,
but
Power
but
Rangers did the
but
same.
it,
But
it yeah, but technically the crystal cracked, and I was thinking it will
It
go
was
to the
shattered.
source or shatter, but you would think they'll go to the source where they got the crystal from, but instead they welded to a mech they built for themselves.
So in the if you watch detail, they use a pieces of a like a 3D printer almost to put it back with the pieces they couldn't find, the micro pieces.
Mhm.
And the Technobot powered the crystal to transform. I do understand where you guys have your doubts on it, and I respect that, and I do understand that because it wasn't dive deeply enough to say, hey, this makes sense. I think it was only one, maybe two episodes tops saying, "Oh, he crystals broke. Here we go. Here's Technobot. Now you can use Technobot. Just go, power on, and you jump in it, and he pops out. Don't you do it, David?
No, what I don't like when you mentioned that one, Wally. Tell me something. When he got on that mech assistant from the back to get his armor, to did they have that feeling of Pop go the weasel?
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut
now,
the fuck up.
with that said, David, again, I haven't watched too much of Teknoman to really give a full
I know
analysis.
you didn't watch too much, but I watched it to the point whereby when the crystal cracked and they were trying to fix it.
Yeah, I haven't got to that part, so that's what I'm saying. I haven't watched a whole
If you
lot
if
of it.
you if you watch that part, I have to watch it 5 times
Oh Lord, that okay. If you have to watch it 5 times, that is something of interest.
because I was trying to make sense. My brain was not wrapping up. I was like, okay, hold on. Remember when you have Voltron and that one particular person got injured and they couldn't replace and they had to go through the source, hoping that the source would give them a way out of fixing that mess, right? Oh, you cracked the crystal. Where did the crystal come from? You don't know. You don't. You have amnesia, right? Okay, fine. But you have amnesia, but didn't know how to transform. Okay, okay. You got amnesia. They trying to figure out a code into your crystal. Then it where did all you do is come from behind, shake, rattle, and roll, pop, go the weasel. You Teknoman. I was like, and you wear your make like it's like Aladdin on a magic carpet.
I don't know why, but now this is sort of just popped in my head. But honestly, like before Iron Man was even a thing, y'all honestly just could have made a suit, just had the crystal on. The crystal start formulating some type of crystallized armor. The armor starts popping on and connecting the dots. I'm just being honest here. Like, Lord have mercy. Because it's still strange just by even just watching just the intro video alone by itself. Like, that was the part that really just sit here and I'm like, how does this, like, I'm just saying, like, how does this really? Okay, uh, there's just a lot of things, but this is why I said, like, in a partial way, it's like, okay, it's like on some senses, it's like Garver in a way, keyword in some senses, but then again, it's like I'm also looking at this like, okay, this is more of a Gundam type look of knights, like
I
sorority.
also don't forget Japanese animations. Ever since Gundam came out, they've been very heavy on that Gundam feel.
Yeah. But well, I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of differences. Instead of this one, this is actually you controlling the suit, not you being in the suit, and then you're just,
Absolutely, I agree with you.
trolling, like you have more controls and buttons and shit. This is just you moving in the dang suit. But
You are the suit. It's part of you.
yeah, exactly. So, Lord have mercy.
I assume, well, you're not a fan of the series.
No, again, I cannot make a heavy notion. It bothers me enough because honestly, here's the reason why I'm so bothered by it. For the fact that you're using a crystal to manifest the armor onto your body, and you go to that lengths to put this big ass armor on you, I'm just saying, like, you could have just went with nothing more sleeker. You could have just went with more something sleeker. I'm just being honest.
Like a watch?
Well, not like a watch, but I'm saying, like, you didn't have to go that bulky. That's all I'm saying. You didn't have to go that bulky. If you really think about it, because think about it, it's like, like I said, if it was sort of different. Let's say like you get a suit like Iron Man, but not like I'm talking about the Iron suit. I'm talking about a suit like, okay, you get a whole black suit, jumpsuit, right? The crystals on the jumpsuit, and then it's like, okay, you crack the crystal, and then you're going through this phase of seeing him, of the suit power onto his body, but it's not so bulky. It's just sleek, nice, sleek. Don't have to do all this. Like, oh my goodness, I have to train myself to move my body in so much heavy conditions. Like, bitch, no. I'm just saying, no. This is a little bit much, especially on a body. Like, I get it, knights, and we all know, yes, a knight wears a lot of fucking armor that makes him very heavy. I understand, but still, like, just
Shout
no.
out to King Arthur the Knight on the round table.
But look, but like I said, I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying, like, just looking at certain P's and Q's. Like, if it was me, and I get it, back then we were more on the more bigger feel look. I get it. But if it was me, like, let's say hypothetically, if we were to bring this back, right, and we were to bring this back, and let's say we bring this back, but in new generations, I want a more slicker field armor for the next following Teknomen or the Tekkamen out there that wear this suit. I don't think we got to put this much of a body armor on a person personal.
I think that was
Unless you like
point
it
of
going to
it,
another
too.
stage.
That part is the point of it. He had all this armor that he only had a time limit how long he could use his powers because his powers was never fully complete transformation.
¿Qué pasó?
So later on, you find out he's only allowed to be transformed for only in his powers for 30 minutes, and then he turns evil if he stays too long in his form, in Technoman form.
Huh?
Yeah, you heard me.
What the fuck?
Go ahead, Wally. Spill the beans. Go ahead.
He has reached his limit to talking right now. So shut the fuck up.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Wally. Spill it. I want to hear it.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make it. Oh, I got a power suit made out of a crystal, but I only can have 30 minutes because guess what? If I stay any more longer, I'm gonna go to an evil, crazy, six-sedated son of a bitch. You gotta be fucking kidding me! What
You know,
crap?
you might hang on, relax, calm down for 1 second before after what I'm gonna say, you can freak out all you want. All right. So during his, it was like 2 or 3 episodes. I can't remember. He passed his time limit and he became evil. Those were some of their greatest episodes. The way the animation was made and the way they moved them, it was beyond incredible. I wish the whole show was in that kind of style of animation. Proceed, Wally. Go ahead. Now you can freak out.
Yes. Let me keep going. So, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to really do to fuck up Teknoman is really simple. You just gotta keep beating him up, make sure he don't get the fuck out the suit. Then he go evil, and then he motherfucking be working for you like a fucking slave. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You've been conduced to the Japanese version of what is Bucky again? The oh, I forgot the fuck.
Winter Soldier?
Exactly. You pretty much got your Japanese Winter Soldier all up in a suit. All you have to do is just hold him in there for 30 minutes before he can ever de-transform again. That's all you need to do, people. Just lock him up, beat him up, make sure he don't de-transform, and then voila, he's right there working for you as a butt slave. What the fuck? Here's my stability. I only have 30 minutes to use this motherfucker, which means there's less fucking fights in the midst of this, which means you're facing scrubs. What? This is not sexy. What the fuck this is? What the fuck is that?
Oh.
I may as well not use the damn gem in the first place. What the hell?
Too sexy for my scrub. Too sexy for my scrub. So sexy it hurts.
Man, this is some shit. Oh yeah. Oh shit.
Hey. I had my moment when I went AWOL batshit on these shows. Now you have your moment, so I'm keeping my mouth shut and allow you to unleash yourself. So you might want to enjoy
Oh
this.
my god, ladies and
Am I
gentlemen,
wrong?
this is trifling.
Am I wrong, Ghost of Sparta? When I did Dragon Ball, I was going unleash. When I did the other one, I was going unleash. Now this is Wally turn. So let it all out.
This is trifling.
Hey,
This is so
take
trifling.
out your AK-47. Take your grenade
It's trifling.
launcher.
The
Take out
gem
your
is not only
landmine.
able to give you a suit, but it's also mind control. Oh my god, what shit is this? What fucking dumb shit is this? It's a suit that it's a gem that it gives you a suit, but if you stay talking the suit, then it's mind control. What the fuck is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your broadcasting from Anime Unlocked. While Wally has lost his mind, let the show continue. These are
So
some
before
activities.
Wally have a full goddamn meltdown, I have one more Easter egg hunt here for you guys.
Question: is it an Easter egg or a grenade launcher? Which one is this?
WMD.
Ain't no way.
Okay, go ahead.
So they released in Japan a 2 episodes. Yes, 2 episodes, I believe it is. One is called Twin Blood, and one is Burn Clock. The animation is like up to date. The story is up to date. It was like a very small mini series. It's incredibly good. It's about 4 or 5 minutes a piece, and it's worth a watch.
All right, let's finish this presentation. Let's finish this. I need Jesus. Jesus.
Maybe I need to pick more titles for you guys. Have more mud downs like this.
Oh my God, I need Jesus. Oh my God. I need so much.
Ladies
And
and
oh, by the
gentlemen,
way, if you look up the this little mini series, it's not going to look up as Teknoman. They only stick to the Japanese title. Tekkaman Blade 2 Twin Bloods is the one episode it's called. It's the I'm telling you, if you watch it, you're going like, oh, they actually try to redeem themselves.
Twin Blood.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on the I'll put it in the chats.
No,
Both of
I've
them.
seen what he's talking about. I've seen it. Oh my gosh.
You sure it's not like a double drag kind of feeling? No, sorry, I can't get
Yeah,
it
fuck
double
off.
drag. It's double mecha kind of feeling.
Keep going with presentation until I send this out.
I didn't get to know the case I met on time I'm talking.
I need Jesus.
No, Eric, not everybody's feeling a meltdown. Only Wally's having a meltdown.
I need Jesus.
So since Wally get the meltdown, that means I get the automatic. Your time has been over. Shut the fuck up, right? That what I get?
Oh my
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
God. In all things, dog. In all things, this is so treacherous. Oh my gosh, this is. Oh my god, the biggest plot armor is you can't be in the suit for too long, or you become a slave.
Wait, hold on.
Oh my god.
Time out. So you telling me this is the no disrespect, a bootleg version of the Gyro armor, and all these guys had these sacred swords, like shh, and it's a timer, but they won't have no timer. But if you don't time yourself, the suit fuck you over.
Pretty much. I know it sounds corny, just say it out loud, but when you watch it, it made a lot of sense.
I pray it does. I pray it does, because Lord have mercy. All I can think of the moment you said time limit, you be too long, this and this and this and that, powers and all this. All I can think of is like you're pretty much it's like fusion. You go you have two people line up together, fuse, but guess what? They can't stay long because of this particular fusion. And since you're doing it this way, you can't stay long, or if you do, because technically you just go straight butt booting evil out of nowhere, slaying motherfucking all the wrong people that you should be helping. But all because of this, you just become an evil, brainwashed son of a gun. All thanks to robotics and a fucking crystal that you put on your body willingly. Oh yeah. This better be good. With that explanation, it better be good. Because Lord have mercy. If it ain't, you can't make this shit up. You just can't fucking make this shit up. You really can't. You just can't. Oh no. Oh fuck no. Oh no. Oh hell no. No, I won't take this standing. I won't take this. Oh hell no. This is travesty. I feel like I am being played. Literally.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep going with the show.
Yeah, main characters.
Go ahead, Wally.
Of course, I'm gonna have to be the one to read it. Okay. Heroes, aka the Space Knights. Of course, this says Techno, but of course, it could be also Tekkaman Blade. You know what? With all the problems of this story, it's gonna be called the way I call it. God damn it! I know, Eric. Just understand this. Let me bring some unconfusion to you. Peter says some things that I found very trivially impossible, and I lost my mind on a quick notion of a meltdown to only reveal the fact that this is some possible bullshit that I feel like is about to come out, but I still have to watch it. So yeah, that's what happened right now. I'm very triggered. I'm very triggered because there ain't no fucking way. They just no fucking way. But let's get back to the entertainment of this right now. Heroes, Space Knights. So yeah, Teknoman Blade, Teknaya Aba D-Boy. The protagonist is a former Rada controlled warrior who fights to save the earth. Well, that would explain the quote unquote part of him possibly being evil if he stayed in that damn suit too dang long. His transformation caused several strains on his body. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Ringo Rogers, Blade's closest friend and pilot of the Blue Earth, a combat spacecraft. Star Summers, a caring and determined member of the Space Knights who develop feelings for Blade. Like they all do. Commander Jameson, the leader of the Space Knights. Maggie Madison, the team's technical expert. Tina Corman, communication specialist. Villains, Teknoman Omega, Blade's twin brother and leader of the enemy Teknoman. Darkanon, evil Teknoman in Japan. Okay, interesting. The mystery leader of the Ramna forces. And I cannot read the rest because, of course, that's all in the back, but no problem.
I have one correction. Ringo was never his best friend. Actually, he hated Blade.
Ringo. Oh, okay, Ringo. Well, you know how that is. Secret agendas, all that bullcrap. Oh, he has my girl and I wanted her now. Fuck you, type shit. It's all the same. It's all the same. Hold on. Let me go. Yeah, let me actually pull this up on my end to see what the remains of that says, so I can give you guys full context. Because there were some other versions of the Ringo. I mean, well, from not the Ringo, but the Techno. Let me get this over here. Okay. The last one, other Teknoman. Blade's former family members and allies all turned into powerful Ramen warriors. Okay, so everyone else got their own fucking crystal. They got their death-defying, churning their lives around crystals. Fuck up my body and everything else to it, crystals. Okay. Oh, I'm being a dick right now. I'm sorry.
No shit. I guess
Sometimes he feel like somebody watching him.
Okay, you know what? Okay, theme. Traumatic heroism. Blade fights against his kind, dealing with the cost of using his powers. Identity and memories. Blade's lost past and his struggles to regain his humanity. Family conflict. A key emotional core of the series as Blade battles his corrupted siblings. Sacrifice. The dangers of overusing the Teknoman transformation and its toll on Blade's body.
Got a question. Not trying to be an asshole, but I'm gonna be an asshole. He battled his corrupt sibling. If anyone in sleeping with his ex-girlfriend, no, that's not corrupt then.
Huh?
Okay, I'm lost when he said that. But you know what? I'll get even further. For a suit like this, right, that puts a toll on his body and then probably make you go evil. I'm surprised this is not called the devil suit itself. Like literally, I'm surprised that this is not called the devil suit itself. Like this literally should be called
you called it out.
something like that. They should
Called
call
it
it
out.
chameleon.
You got it out because I was when you said the suit transformed to a battle warrior armor, but if you stay in the suit for too long, it brainwash you or you become control.
While
So
also beating up your own freaking body. So just imagine, right? You go evil, you're wasting your body, you go with this. So what happens if you ultimately just stay in the suit, wear and tear your body? What your whole life form becomes just energy? So does this suit becomes alive by itself? We please tell me it goes that far.
don't let me find out it would change. We are Venom.
You know what? You ain't shit. You ain't shit for
I
that.
ain't shit. I ain't shit. I ain't shit. Shout out to MTR. I'm taking your song.
Well, I learned my lesson to give you guys homework.
Apparently, sick.
I'm sorry,
I
MTR.
mean, look,
I'm sorry
ladies and
I
gentlemen,
stole your
look.
song, but
All jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, all jokes aside, right? This is the beautiful nature of finding anime you don't know nothing about, and you're so just like critiquing it just off of just pure pieces and bits, like without seeing it, and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, wait, what? Huh? How do you? Huh?
but guess what though? When I did it to Dragon Ball Z, I get chewed out for it. Now
Hey,
why
look
they
here,
going?
Silencio,
And
sir, Silencio. Okay, your reigns on Dragon Ball has expired. Okay, sir, your reigns on Dragon Ball has expired.
so he's allowed to go batshit now, and no one criticized him.
I didn't bash it. I bashed the initial 10. I did not watch the show, ladies and gentlemen. If I watched the show, I might be morally different. But as far as my initial intent of what you're telling me, oh yeah, I have a lot of criticism.
And this
Dragon
happened.
Ball I watch.
And this
I
happened the
get
bad guy.
criticism as it goes. You, on the other hand, you're trifling for that bullshit you pulled.
I ain't shit. I ain't shit.
Let's keep going. Let's keep
No,
going.
there's nothing wrong with doing your homework. It's just that when you let it in on what the idea of the creator was trying to pull, it kind of let us know, like, and who rushed him, who put a gun in his head to do this way, because it's not like as if it wasn't. He wasn't being fought by a Japanese company. He was being fought by an American company. Then what happened? We let American idea fuck up anime idea.
Honestly, I just want to get this over with because my brain's hurting, and personally, I have to look at this. I have to take some time to actually look at the series. I'm partially hurting because the simple fact of on one hand, I have not watched this, so for all the Teknomen and Tekkaman Blade lovers out there, I'm so sorry for all the laughters. Literally, I'm so sorry, Peter. You skewed,
Listen, you
but
can
yeah.
talk shit all you want. For me, it was one of the best series
Oh,
ever made.
I'm not saying it's not good. Again, I have not watched it. I'm saying that impartial, like on the side note. That just like my little stuff right
See,
there.
But
you might not understand it by when you talking about it, like, and you're not fully watched like you are right now. It does not make sense.
Of course,
It
that's
sounds
what I'm saying.
stupid
This is just
and
initial. This is my
I have a,
initial.
I have a fear that if you do watch it, it might get worse.
or
If it
better.
gets worse, trust me, Lord have mercy. The amash of the amash of whippings that I have for this shit, it would be insane.
And it might come back on next week episode. And before we can touch next week episode topic, he might take the show and say, "Hold up, what I said last week does not count. Did what I meant to say." And eh, eh,
And,
eh.
let's be straight up here for a second. There are a lot of animes you guys are into that I'm not into,
No,
and
no, no,
that's
Yeah,
no,
okay.
no. Even that's the case. Well, didn't I say no anime is safe on this show?
And I
pretty
agree with
much.
that. Why did I
Oh,
let you guys put my favorite series on the hot seat?
You asked for it.
pretty much.
Listen, I might be biased towards the series, but as the
You
producer, anything goes.
you forget I call King Vegeta King Pookie?
He's coming back with this shit again. He coming back with this shit again.
Don't get me wrong. I like
Or like
Dragon Ball
my
Z.
favorite thing, Vegeta is more like Triple H.
Yeah, screw the investment, baby.
Here's the problem,
Anyway,
though.
Wally, keep going, keep going. Let's finish the slides.
Yeah, whatever. I'll come back and defend Vegeta all over again because you
Yeah,
guys don't.
but while you defending Dragon Ball franchise, you massacred Tekkaman. You was like, what the fuck were you thinking?
The initial. I have not seen the series. I have no judgment on the series as a whole. I'm saying initial without knowing the series from watching viewership views of my own eyes.
And I'm afraid when you
Initially.
watch it, you might lose it more. You might come back next week. And
I
go
just
bonkers.
might. Who knows? I might go bonkers and say scrap this whole shit and throw it in the can. I don't know. I just might. I don't know. But Lord knows. I just hope it gets better. I pray it gets better.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have any anime that you want us to review and dissect, please put it in the comment section, okay? Well, be prepared. Either you get bad reviews from us or you get good reviews. You have to be bluntly honest, okay? It is not our fault if a particular anime make either me or Wally go batshit, or we nuke it, or we give it a lot of praise and say this could have gone further.
The only thing I nuked was my brain today. Okay, look, let's get this over with. The differences between Tekkaman Blade and Teknoman. Okay, number one, darker storyline in Japan. The original Japanese version had more mature themes, intense violence, and a sober ending.
Okay.
Number two, edited from Western audience. The Saban dub removed some of the darker elements and changed character names. And number three, shortened series. The English version cut the original 49 episode series down to 43 episodes.
And maybe that's what reason why it wasn't making sense to me at first. I was trying to make sense after watch that particular episode or two or three or four, 4 to 5 times, just trying to comprehend what the hell was going on.
Well, lucky enough, the one I found is the original 49, so hopefully I'll just get all that together. But yeah, okay. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. If you're trying to tell me you're gonna scrap 6 episodes, and more likely it's because of the violence and everything else. So all they try to basically tell you is we're trying to make this. Well, for something, no, screw that shit.
Oh boy!
If you're gonna scrap, screw this. I have to say this. If you're gonna scrap 6 episodes, please let me know. Did this happen during nighttime or did this happen during, I don't know, like what, midnight? And when I say midnight, I mean, well, okay, let me put it. Did it happen during nighttime or midnight? Because if it happened midnight, why the fuck are you scrapping 6 episodes? Why?
So the only thing I can think of back then, they only had so much they were allowed to play during the times. And because it was a Japanese animation, they had to cut the corners somewhere, and that's where they had to cut it. Not because of violence.
Okay, so let's put it like this. What you're trying to tell me is the NCC what was the one that the FCC came around, but fuck this shit just like they did Family Guy, and then an Uno reverse on this whole fucking thing, and then I'm over here to wait to see crap. Okay, thank you.
Pretty much. And it could have been a budget thing too. Saba only has so much, money to play with at the time. They weren't this big corporation back then.
But this is why. But this is why I was telling you.
If it wasn't for Power Rangers, hang on, David. If it wasn't for Power Rangers, Saba wouldn't blown up the way it did.
That's why I said I'm gonna let that be fair because I had to think about the timing of this.
Yeah, because we're talking about 92 now. Saba didn't come in with hardcore stuff to 95. Because the first 2 major IPs for them was Power Rangers, and you know what the second one was, Wally?
What else was the second one?
VR.
I thought it was Battle Ball. I thought it was Battle Ball.
Troopers.
That VR Trooper was kind of like I hate to say it was kind of like stylish.
It was a knockoff version of Power Rangers. That's what it was.
I know.
And it
VR.
had 2 seasons, believe it or not.
I thought it was Battleborg. Remember Battleborg?
I don't remember that one.
Oh Lord, boy, we wait until we get to that episode. We want to talk about these live action shenanigans.
All right, let's knock this down because I'm already like traumatized and my brain's already hurting like hell.
You,
I can't do this no more. I just can't. All right, legacies and sequels. Teknoman Blade 2, 1994-1995, a 6-episode OVA sequel set many years later featuring a new protagonist.
Oh. Keep going.
Can't make this shit up, dog. You can't make this shit up. Oh, just motherfucking crown me the Joker, bitch. What the fuck we talking about? You can't make this up. Okay. You know what? I'm letting it go. Video games. Teknoman characters have appeared in various video games, including Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I'm sorry I did not have the image because I was a little bit rushed, and plus I was also handling other businesses. Okay, cult following. Well, of course it has a cult following. I know there's a lot of y'all out there that love this. I'm so sorry I'm trashing this right now. Bear with me. Like I said, I'm very traumatized right now. The series remains a fan favorite for its deep storytelling and emotional character arc. Yes, for those that watched the original 49 episodes, because apparently the 46 were very askew. Oh, sorry, the 43 were very askew. Okay. Come on, computer. Work this thing up here. I need to go. Conclusion. Eric, forget you, Dad. Forget you. Yes.
Tekkaman Blade is a classic anime blending mecha action with deep storytelling. Its darker theme, tragic hero, and intense battles, really, make it stand out among the 90s anime. Fan of sci-fi and action-packed series with the emotional depth, being attacked back by your sibling and being on drugs, will find a hidden gem. Would you like more detail of anything specific? How about space
Right.
light, space
But
light
Eric, you want to
drugs,
tell me I'm broken, right? Okay.
space light drugs that can never be traced?
Yeah, it's called crystal meth.
Oh fuck! Wow! Wow!
And Wally's in a row tonight.
Wow!
That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow!
No, I know, Eric, but I'm just saying. But
Wow!
ladies and gentlemen, you don't understand what
Hold on.
we're facing here today.
Give me a time out.
No, I came
I
to
need
the
to
dark
walk it
side.
out. I need to
I
walk
came
that.
to the dark side.
I need to walk that joke out for a moment. That joke went over my head. Like wow. Whew.
Like you can't make this up. This is a crystal. Did you fart? This shit, if you taste too long, like any other drug, you take enough of the frick, you go over the limits. Oh yes, you go evil. In this case, you must crown me Joker today, bro. Crown me Joker, king me, or in this
I'm,
case, J
I'm,
me.
I'm sorry. This surpassed me calling Virginia King Pookie. This is beyond. Whoa. Wow.
You know what?
Wow.
I'll tell you, let go of that damn King Boogie shit.
Ghost of Sparta. Going forward, when you do these shorts, take the jab that we do for each episode. This one needs to get a lot of views. Crystal. Oh, shucks. I didn't even see that one coming. I'm sorry. I did not see that one coming. He called it crystal meth. Crystal.
It may as well be.
Yes, Eric. It completely unscripted. It happened. I didn't. It is. I didn't see that coming at all, and I'm shocked when he called
So,
it that way.
let's really get on top of here, guys. We're a little off tonight.
Oh,
Because I think Wally's on a rampage because he didn't finish doing his homework.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am sorry if I literally just viscerated your anime. Like literally, I am truly sorry for all the fans out there. Understand, this is my initial hearing and visual just by listening of what I think about this series so far, just by just listening and taking bits and pieces. I have not watched it. I'm sorry in advance if you watch this if you watch the show, but Lord have mercy. Do you blame me? Do you
Wally,
blame
hold on,
me?
hold on. We in Florida, right, Wally?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if a bunch of plane crashed in Florida, there's no he lost to cool yet after watching it. He grew up inside and started knocking planes out of the air.
But what it goes back to what I originally said earlier. There are probably some animes you like. There's a big fan base. Like name one right now off your head.
That I like?
Yeah, one of your favorite ones.
Yu Yu Hakusho.
I personally didn't like that too much, to be honest with you.
I feel like Yu Hakusho could have been remastered. No, not
I
no
agree with you.
correction.
Or redone.
No, reproduced because one that was done in the 80s, right? It had a
Yeah,
nostalgia
the
look.
throwback feel.
Yeah, the nostalgia, but right now, even though they did the live action and the live action wasn't filmed it, critically speaking, this could have been remastered and could have done way better than they did the Barabuta Armor Guyver. And that could have been a massive fan base because let's be real, Dragon Ball Z was remastered and
No, 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 no,
Horrible
reproduced.
remastered.
no, no, no. Fuck that. That wasn't remastered. That was shitted on.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's
Are you
not
talking about
remastered,
Dragon
ladies
Ball
and
Z
gentlemen. That
Kai?
was shitted on. That is what happened was. Let me tell you what happened.
Oh
What it
shit.
was is it took a strand of itself, right? And what it did is you fed it to somebody else, and they just slide a new product out of it and said this is Dragon Ball Z. But they put Kai at the end of it, eviscerated and slandered and killed and murdered the original version. And you will never know the original version ever again
And I
because you will
agree
never
with
see
you
blood and guts
100%.
of it.
And why I agree, that was a horrible outtake for Dragon Ball Z.
Horrible is not the word. Get something stronger than that because horrible don't describe what it did with Dragon Ball Kai. No, no,
Well, that definitely
no.
describes what the fuck I'm talking
Forget
about.
the gunshot. Need something more stronger than the gunshot. Yeah, that's how it felt. That's exactly how it felt because when I saw Dragon Ball Kai, I
It
I
was a
cursed
very,
out.
very watered down version of Dragon
No,
Ball. Let's be
no,
honest here,
I
guys.
no, I cursed out Cartoon Network for that shit. I was like, what the
Was it Cartoon
shit?
Network's fault or was it somebody else's fault?
It was L Cartoon Network.
It
I
could have
don't
been
know. That's
quite,
what I'm
it could
asking.
have been it could have been a multitude of things, but even then, dog, to sit there and just because again, Dragon Ball did not have to be around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10
Not
o'clock.
only was Vince with it, a lot of things were being moved. I felt like I said this cannot be Kai. This more like Dragon Ball shit. Some
Everything that made that thing serious to the purest formality has been stripped. No bloods, no guts. Why? Because people became humane and said this is too much.
this
Fuck
is
you.
why this is why I said what I said. American productions should not be touching Japanese anime.
See, I think what the problem is, even from 92 to now, 92 was the first era that we start seeing the beginning of the PG era that we had to be softs and
PG.
let me finish.
Okay.
The softs, we had to watch how much blood, nudity, all this stuff in our cartoons, even after midnight. Now you speed it up to early 2000s. When Kai came out, now we got really into the PG. Like, oh, we can't show blood. Wrestling is a great example of that. And like shots, all that stuff has been taken away. Yeah, fine. Chair shots are a little dangerous. I'm not denying that, but
So
Okay,
Can't let me make clear. You can't show blood, but you can show homosexuality, right?
That's my point.
Make it make sense.
I'll even go further. So we're able to allow stars to produce Mother Loving Spartacus Blood and Sand, aka what added the same texture that CMB is talking about, or CBN is talking about, and then yet and the same notion, we're able to have the same bloods, the same guts, the same viscery. You're able to show the freaking innards, all that inner and you're trying to tell me we just can't put I don't know, Dragon Ball on a different network. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, look, all in all, for what it was, for all for what it is, right? I get it. They didn't, all the anime people didn't have a network to deal with here in America that had a network that was willing to just be them to its core factor. I get it. But for the love of Christ, no. No. Fuck no. And then two, going back to Yu Yu Hakusho. Look,
You think?
was it awesome? Was ultimately Yu Yu Hakusho really done well? To a degree, yes. Ultimately, it was. It's still the perfect one in my honest opinion. But did I sit here and say to myself, it should have been more? Fuck yes, there should have been more. If you're freaking giving me Bleach more, then you better give me fucking Yu Yu Hakusho more.
we we produce and properly mastered, and don't do it like you did Silverhawk, then you get Tiger Shock. Recycle, and technically they were both done by Japanese animators, but given to us as cartoon. Like, what's up? You go recycle
See,
Scooby Doo
here's my
next.
little pushback. If it wasn't as a good series as you think it is, Wally, why does it have a follow up?
Follow up meaning what? Like
I
another
mean,
series?
no, a good following.
Why don't I have a good following? What do you mean? Yu Yu
No,
Hakusho?
no. The Teknoman has a very big following out there.
And you
And
don't think Yu Yu Hakusho don't got a following?
I didn't say that. I said if a Teknoman wasn't as good as you think it was,
maybe because the people. No, remember what I told you
Okay,
before.
so pause,
Hold on,
David,
hold on.
pause. Pause. Because let's talk about following real quick, right? If I told you today, what is the most seen anime across the board? If people see, right? If you told me what's the most seen anime right now, you tell me Pokemon, you'll tell me anything else that's most seen across the board, right? But if I told you, if someone were to mention Digimon and someone's be like, what's Digimon? What? Digimon, one of the best, like, biggest brands out there. What are you talking about? You don't know Digimon? No, I don't know Digimon. It has one of the biggest farms out here. So what?
not everybody would know that. That's the
Right, but
same
notice,
concept with Technoman.
same thing. That's what I'm saying. So like,
Yeah,
even with Yu Yu Hakusho, like, there are certain criteria of animes that yes, they have all great followings. Everyone has their following in there, but they're not the megas of the world that we live in, sadly. And why?
like
Because guess
Titan.
what? Yu Yu Hakusho is
What
like
was the
what,
show?
one or two series.
Yeah, remember the Titans? I think it's called. What it was called? With the big ass Titans.
Attack on Titans.
Thank you. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it, bro.
I don't blame you.
A lot of people think it's one of the best animes that ever came out.
No, Attack on Titan was like a mixture or a horror, sci-fi type of anime, but the impact was kind of like, whoo. No, let be real. Attack on Titans season one is not easy for people who not expecting to get something to make you wanna. Oh,
Well, I even go further because I know I'm about to piss off some people when I say this. When One Piece came out, I know when it came out. Guess what? I never watched it, and I know a lot of people will sit here and say One Piece was one of the goats.
no,
It's
no,
one of the big
no,
threes, and I'm like,
Wally, I'm not gonna argue with that because you resonate with a lot of people who say One Piece, you never watch it. Then when you hear about how many episodes that it's too damn goddamn long, but yet people can watch Naruto multiple episodes. There's never what a problem to go through
You
that
see,
part.
my thing with One Piece is missing the it factor. I feel it was very cheesy. I couldn't get past the 3 episodes.
I mean, look, I'm okay with the fact of it being fresh and brand new, aka giving the pirate scenes and all that other stuff. Yeah, it's all cool. But then the pirate scenes is not about booty and treasure. It's about just being competitors and fighting, but just being pirates and running the seas and going through. I'm like, okay, well,
The One Piece is a
See,
slow burn. Let's be real. One Piece is a slow burn. It's not something we get all impact right off the very start.
all right, time out here. Here's where I fucking have issue with One Piece and every other goddamn pirate thing comes out. Ever since the Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and I know that One Piece has been out way before that. It's been pirates this, pirate that, pirate this, pirate that. Man, let's put a pirates thing shit to fucking arrest. It's done to the death right now.
Or over milked in the American market. That was the problem.
You think it
They milk
milked? If fucking somebody's got on their knees and sucked it dry.
no. I got something better. They did the diddler on that. How about that?
You know, first fans.
I'm sorry. That's the same man who got crapped on his bed. Hello. I
well,
sound
with
like a
look,
diddler.
I'm gonna say it again. With that said, I'm not saying, but again, I'm not sitting here saying One Piece is trash. I'm just saying I haven't taken enough time to invest in to watch it.
No. I understand you
It's
haven't taken enough time. There's tons of anime we're gonna come across on this show that we wish can sit down and watch. And plus, we don't want our show to get copyright strike because one, we want to make sure that we explain why we say something suck or something are great. This why it's great. This why it sucks. This why it needs to be better or better produced or better written. Because the way you broke down the plot for this anime. And no offense, for the next couple of weeks or months, it's hard not to think of the word crystal meth and not associate with Mr. Tekkaman. You
fuck
just,
you guys.
you just, you just messed me up with that one right now.
That's what
You've
you get for
reached your
that damn
limit on
Pookie
talking.
bullshit.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. And I thought I was bad. You just took my place. So you right
I
now,
may as
ha.
well this time around. I may as well. The Daredevil's back in business.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you Teknoman was the best anime ever made. I'm not gonna sit
But
there because I know it's not.
I told you it was lacking. I felt like it was rushed. When
Well,
you
all I
told
know
me
is I
when
just
you
need to
told
watch.
me when
That's
you
all
told
I
me
know.
when you told me what we done from our older version which sucks, I was like something is wrong here because it is in Google it said started in 1992 and got air in 1995, which means it took them 3 years to do the whole thing and they needed more time because just like any mecha anime, it had to make sense. It's just that sequence, even when you crack the script, no, I'm not gonna say the way you crack the crystal and you could get it working. You had to weld it to a mech and dump it into the mech box and pop out. I was like,
You
okay,
know what?
something.
Not now that I think about it, you want to make you know what would make more sense if the Dane Crystal would just give you it's like a power gem and you're just putting source into the suit and then it just gives you the power to just do it and after that it just just go straight to action and you just putting out lasers or some shit however it is that would sort of make a little bit more sense for me because that would make more proper sense. It's a
The
the crystal's
first
a power
anime,
core.
the first anime I said it came out between the 60s and the 50s. I was wrong. It came out in 75 in the 70s. So almost what 20 years later they came back with it. And that is sad because it could have been one of the best animes out there.
And remember what I said. Anything that was done by Japanese, give it in the hand of American, they will destroy it. Wow, didn't I say that before? Didn't I?
20 years.
And it got into whose hands? Oh, hello,
20 years.
hold on. Let me not stop from there. Saban
It's
was what
tough.
brought no Saban was what brought Power Ranger, right?
Hmm.
Remember? But the original Power Ranger were more entertaining in Japan than what Saban gave us.
Well, we know that. We all know that. That's why
So
what was that other TV series that's like Power Rangers, but not Power Rangers, but actually looks a little more better. I forgot that
VR,
series. Huh?
VR Troopers.
No, not VR. It could be VR, but no, not VR. No.
That little Christmas thing went out, VR kind of thing.
No. This one had to use cards and
Like
like
more like more something writer, common writer.
there it is. Yeah, Kamen Riders. Yeah, those Kamen Riders. That looked very good.
It did. It was a really good. I remember when they brought it to the states originally. I enjoyed the
I'm still
series.
pissed because I never knew it came to the States. I never knew this. When Jay Takashi told me that this came around like 2011 on CBS, I was like, CW. I was like, wait, what? It can't be. And I'm like, they ain't
I
gonna
don't know it was
fucking play
CW or
It did.
no, no,
It
it
came
was
on.
literally on the CW
Kids.
network. I was
Saturday.
pissed.
It was on Saturday,
I was so pissed because I'm like,
and I missed,
how?
and I missed a lot of
When?
episodes.
I missed
Here's another.
everything. I'm so late.
I'll give you another good example. Ultraman. That is a huge following in Japan.
Ultimate had not a huge. It had a massive following. The problem is when you remember what I told you. I'm always critical about American production company touching Japanese product and not doing it justice. That might be my concern.
Listen, personally, Ultraman was okay for me. It wasn't like the greatest. Even the Japanese stuff.
But when I did it computer CGI on Netflix, I kind of like enjoy when they did it. But when you want to do live action with American production, I'm very skeptical. I'm like, leave it alone.
I'm talking about the Japanese live action in Japan when they did it. I wasn't a fan, too much a fan. The best one I thought was the Netflix one,
Oh, okay, that
CG.
Ultraman that you talking about. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's
yeah.
the one they did Netflix is
That shit
better.
was so cheesy.
But the
I mean,
thing
but
is,
it was solid though. It was a solid thing for what it was at that point in
Oh,
time.
Agadia, I'm not denying that. And for me,
No, yeah,
maybe
yeah.
it
No, I'm
wasn't
just
for you.
saying, like, yeah, because like the timing, and then for what it was at the timing, and then it's like, yeah. I mean, uh, yeah, yeah.
but here's the thing, Ultraman, I believe it came out around the same time when people were pushing them on the Godzilla movie. Let's be real,
I
Saturday
think so.
afternoon, Godzilla, King Kong, all the kaiju movie. It had a unique collaboration with Ultraman because I saw there was a lot of Ultraman collaboration with Godzilla and other entities. So Ultraman was a very, very pop cult following type of series. It's just that when they wanted to bring it up to date, and no offense, like I said, leave the shit alone. Because there's so many programs that it was done by American production. I hated it really bad because these people, this Kamen Rider, it was popping off multiple seasons. And when they did the American version, I was mad that I missed a lot of episodes because it was making sense. I like who did, and these actors that joined in, they were real. I had to give them prop for the doing the Kamen Rider. They made it cool, and I was very critical about it. Because
You
the
know,
Japanese, because the Japanese version of it, it was even way way better
the only thing
than
that pissed me
American
off is
versions.
I didn't find out about it. I was too
For which
late.
one?
I'm telling you, as a person who loves anime culture, Japanese culture, you will find out that a lot of shows they did that it was actually Japanese based. They did it like I think it was American based. Even though some of the actors who did it justice, it still was not as close to when they had their own actor from Japan. Because Kamen was like a mainstay for a couple of seasons on Saturday afternoon. It was, and there was some other stuff along with that. I was kind of pissed off. Like you gotta be kidding me. You
You know
doing
what's
this
so horrible
bullshit.
about it that pisses me off even worse? If you try to go find it, you can only find it on YouTube, but most of the episodes are like literally like unlisted.
It's
And
unlisted
when you
on
try to find it
no.
on certain websites,
It's it will be unlisted on the U.S. side of thing unless you got a VPN and try and use their own
well,
search engine over there.
exactly, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. When you try to find it, you can't even find nowhere to freaking watch the shit. Why? I like literally. You know how hard is it to? You know how hard it took me. Like, granted, Jay had all the episodes for me to watch it. piece by piece. But I'm like,
And Jay planned to move to Japan, leave us behind, which is totally unfair.
The problem is with the Japan stuff is it's really good. I think I agree with you, David. I think it's really fucking good. But is convince companies to bring it here because the market is different here. People are
But
soft here.
soft is not the word. But let me critically clear. There are too many anime that have been licensed to certain companies. They don't want to let it go to another production company who might do it better than them. And all about these unnecessary politics. But there's other content creators on YouTube who have been following up with team production with upcoming anime that supposed to come out a year or two ago, but take almost a decade later. Like what the hell going on? What is the issue? What is the complication? For example, Hunter x Hunter. From the last episode, can't tell me Hunter X don't have a huge following. It had a massive following, but people keep wondering what the hell is going on. But the manga is still going on.
you
What's
want to know
still
why?
going on?
I have a theory why Hunter X Hunter is not out back yet, and I
Go ahead.
think it's you have to think about the ending. You just got to think about it, right? You go to this big collusional battle. You go to this big war zone and everything else that collided. First, the big bad was a group. Now you locked up the biggest leader of the group, chained up his powers, say he can't use until he pluck that damn thing out of him. So now he's a sitting duck. Now you go to this magical game that your daddy created, that you end up finding out that your daddy created in the first place for whatever reasons. You go out in there and play it. You go meet people that he knows that knows him, and you're constantly trying to search him out. Then you gain stronger, you gain better, all that whoop de whoop. Then you become more better than you ever were. Now you have a newer threat. You deal with these. You deal with this one incidence of this special rare creature that can make almost any other vile creature that it probably injects or eats. Or I forgot what exactly it was. And it makes more of these species just like it, but
The ant,
more warped.
the Chimera ant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. And now you have you have these higher grade beings walking all over this earth and ready to do some damage. You pretty much took care of one after growth spurting and beating the doggy piss out of one in ugly conditions. The other one was facing a bunch of other guys, which he pretty much handled here and there. And then what? We're supposed to just go back and say, "Hey, let's meet up with my father and let's see what we're gonna do today." I'm sorry. The
You
thing is the battle should have been more deeper than that, and it wasn't.
and I had to agree with you on that one. I'm not even gonna argue. I love how Hunter x Hunter plays itself out, but where you criticize it, it's dead on. It's dead on. But I
Because you're
felt
trying to
I
tell me. Go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Because you're trying to tell me you beat this big heavy threat. You bring this big heavy threat. The big heavy threat that you bring is truly a heavy threat. And to eclipse this heavy threat, what do you bring? You bring out the old man. You show out the techniques. He's out here cooking. It's only motherfucking dying his ass cook. And probably break some limbs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it, but I mean,
But my thing is,
how is that supposed to be
but
any
but
more
here,
I'll
but
give you
here,
guys another example.
oh please,
Zoids.
don't what, should not put that one up.
I had to. I got to. Because I
You got
think
me.
Zoids actually are a very
No,
good anime.
you got me triggered with that one. You got me real triggered and pissed off with that one.
voids?
Zoid, Zoids. I have a couple of bones to pick with that one. There was an anime that was mixed with animation and CGI.
Oh, don't tell. That's the wild beast, right? The lions and all that. The robots.
Yes,
I
Oh
think
yes.
my
Tiger.
gosh!
I got a
Thank
bone to
you.
pick with that one.
I-
I got a bone to
oh
pick with that
my
one.
gosh! No,
I got
You
a
don't
bone
like
to
that
pick
one,
with that one.
Wally?
I remember these. This
Don't get me
also
tripped.
pissed me off
See, now you understand what I'm saying. I got a bone to pick. This
because
was
this
a,
shit was cool.
that wasn't cool. The way the gap they keep making on the timing. Cause there was one in particularly whereby they put to be another season after the Munamatmo. The Munasat. Now I'm pissed right now because I'm trying to pronounce it correctly. That mech that was changing from single sword to double sword to or to whatever, and they put to be another season right behind it, and you just drop the ball on that one.
Because that was like, because Zoid, I think it was before the
It was that
bio
that was another no, yeah, the bio one. That yeah,
Bionicles was
the
before the
bio
Bionicles.
yeah,
Wait,
but here's the thing. It did a almost replicate the bullshit that we were talking about with Dragon Ball. Two in different time zones.
You're
well,
right.
see,
Remember?
The first one they aired on, I think it was Toonami, if I'm not mistaken.
Nami?
It
Yeah.
oh my
was more like
gosh,
an
I'm
arena
actually glad
type.
that y'all brought this up because I forgot about this son of a bitch.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
it was
haven't
like
I
a.
watched every single one of them.
I only watched the
The new
first
one
two.
haven't been translated yet. The last new one they did, they never tried to air it out in translation, which I was kind of pissed. I was like, what the F is going on here?
Man, this yeah. See, the wolf was my shit. I can't believe I forgot about this. This is how you know, ladies and gentlemen, I have been away from anime for a long time for the simple fact of I'm just not privileged.
Yeah, and this is why I'm saying certain things will make me trigger or Wally trigger or both of us trigger at the same time.
You
You
trigger me
mentioned
just by bringing this back into my mind. Oh Lord, have mercy! I forgot about this. Like you don't just don't know, bro. I forgot about this for real. I didn't know.
Oh, no,
I
my
literally
point
forgot
is
this
trying to get with
existed.
this. I thought it was a very good anime. I enjoyed both of them, or
it was
the
not what
arena one and the other one.
it was great. It was a great anime, but they
This shit
did
was
no.
amazing.
It wasn't not just one of the great anime. They epically fuck up on the game creation on it, was it didn't go far. With I was very livid about that part. It it was it was that one new century Mozoid. They were the fuser when the Zoid combined together. They're the one when the Zoid change. There was another. I'm telling you, there were too many things that wasn't added. Like there was a gap in their storytelling with different versions of Zoid, and I was really pissed off with it. Like, what the hell are you doing? That's another mech anime that the production company is doing bullshit. Thanks a lot, Ghost of Sparta.
What I do?
That's childhood right there, boy. That's Zoids. Those are some childhoods. Lord, I literally forgot about that thing even
But
existed.
I
my
didn't
point,
forget,
that's
but
my
I was
point.
wondering when we will bring that topic. I don't want to touch it because I want to be livid.
I have to. Oh my god, I gotta rewatch that shit. I'm sorry. I've missed out on that for forever. Lord have mercy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say this show, no anime is safe. Something will trigger us. Something will you will say yes, it was great. Something while it will go batshit on, or something I will go batshit on. There might be one that Peter man go bananas and go ape on that shit, and we cannot stop him from doing it.
I only got one thing to say. I only went ape shit only because of conditions. I rest my case.
You went ape, you went King Apes, you went King Kong on this shit.
Amongst conditions, exactly. On the prerequisites, I took too much nuggets in. Should have stayed away. Should have stayed away.
So I
Well,
wonder how.
that's my point. I'm trying to get to is there's so many good ones out there, but that hasn't caught on with the audience sometimes.
I
No,
mean,
Wally.
you gotta think about it, right? Sometimes Cause think of it like this, right? If I told you today, like I'm gonna just use a decent variational example, right? If I were to sit here today for whatever reason, if I were to sit here and say, okay, Dragon Ball, right? Let's go with Dragon Ball, right? When we did that one, and you did not understand, and let's say the number one complaint that a lot of people that are pretty much brand new will probably say, what's the point of Dragon Ball? These guys keep on dying only to be revived back, and the key requisite is, well, you got to know who they're replicating, and they're replicating Sun Wukong, aka the Monkey King that constantly can keep reviving back. The only difference is through them, they're using Dragon Balls, special orbs that can wish you back to life. I know there's a little bit of strange. I
Yeah,
know there's a little bit of
but
offsetting, but
but explain to me now. You mentioned Dragon Ball, which I'm going to go batshit on this right now. The Namek Sharon is Puranga, right?
it's more physique.
Now you had two type of Puranga. You have the green Puranga, then you got the hot red Puranga, which is on Dragon Ball Daima, which you might venture on that particular era. Like, what the f you going on with this idea? Like, what's up with the confusion?
This is what I like to call the twin variation. You get one good, you get one bad.
And I'm seeing people going back and forth arguing about now. Super Saiyan 4 is not canon. I'm not gonna touch that one.
Wait a minute. Pause right there, ladies and gentlemen. I like to tell you right now. I don't give a fuck what no one say. Super Saiyan 4 is not fucking canon. Even though I love it, it's not fucking canon. Let me tell you why. You can't fucking make it canon, nigga. How the hell you already fucking make Super and you trying to tell me that shit's canon now? Fuck you. No, you can't make that shit canon now. The fuck? When are you gonna enter it in the series? Please tell me. When are you gonna enter it in? Cause I'd rather see that than waste time fucking seeing some Super Saiyan God shit. Fuck you.
Uh, question: how come there was no moon to force Goku to go there? Okay, okay then. I rest my case.
This what happens when you allow your greatness to be trashed and set to the stones. They just
I, I understand he must have known that he was dying, so he kind of like did that on purpose. This
man,
is this is
that's
my
some bullshit.
last this is my last gift for trying to fuck me over in my creation, thinking that you got me. No, I got you.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
How you think? How you think Akira Toriyama did that way? And it was like the production company. Shut the fuck up for time to play with.
You do
Thinking
not
that
know how much times I've heard people mention that damn thing. I'm like, this can't be real. It's one thing you let Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3. Fine, because that'll be the one time you allow it to happen. But you're trying to tell me Super Saiyan 4? You want to make that canon now? Get the fuck out of
and
here.
with with that no, hear the joke, hear the joke. I know they're gonna sound funny. So you tell me like son like father? Gohan had his hidden ability opened up by a Namek. So because Gohan got his own done much early, so you were late to do it on Goku. So you need the original OG Namekian to unlock him, not the old big one who needs to be on a diet. I'm just saying. I know Peter look at me like, huh? Yeah. Let's go back to the the Namek saga when old boy was so big he ate so much donut. He couldn't. He haven't seen his manhood since the time he was a little baby. Yeah, I went there.
I'm not even gonna even touch that. I'm gonna just let that be. I'm gonna let that be because I
Dude was so
I don't
big.
even know what was the point of you mentioning it, but okay.
The dude was so big. He made the guy in the Star Wars look like he lost weight.
I know he did not just sit here and compare.
If y'all didn't catch on to that, then you're too slow to understand.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not. Nope.
You went back shit a while ago. I had to top you one way or the other. So I can't allow you to outdo me.
I still did. You haven't said that thing that haven't been denounced yet.
And Ghost of Spotlight, he was like, what did I create here?
It seems like you guys playing a jerk off big dick contest right now.
What the fuck?
Oh, you
Last
guys
time
are playing dick.
I tried to be the professional one here, okay? I didn't want to go left. I didn't even want to go far away to the left and say, let's enter into Shitville.
And I bounced it out to the right.
The thing is, you didn't put it to the right. The right side would have been the correct way of handling business. You said, let's go to Pookieville. Let's make this about black community and Dragon Ball. Let's talk about the niggerocracy in this whole shit.
But guess what? Get what ethical watch Dragon Ball the most? Our people. Hello.
I don't got one thing to say. Yes, the Dragon Ball did it show everyday natural life in the damn thing with a little bit of comedy. Yes, it did. Yes, Bulma was for sure a go-getter, a spoiled rich brat, and everything else under the sun. Yes, she was.
Sparta, before you left the tri-state area and went to the Boondock in Pennsylvania, you damn well know while you were out here, you know almost every person was talking about Dragon Ball Z. Did you or did you not?
Actually, it didn't matter if I was in New York or Poconos or up somebody's ass. Everybody was talking about it.
Okay, then. So it had a very underlying influence on people's characteristic. So, to everybody who hate the 304, don't blame the lady. Blame all the young girls who are watching Dragon Ball Z behind closed doors. And actually, they never liked it to begin with because they're lying their ass off. They learned their statehood from Boma, big time.
Bowen and at it. You know what? I'm not. You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. There's not a amount of chi she had, not a amount of ass cheeks she had.
You can't say nothing because they upgraded from that to high school DxD. That's a whole nother conversation. Thanks to Eric throwing that thing in the chat conversation. I didn't let that shit go. I didn't forget. And Ghost of Fire was like, what is that? Stop trying to search it. Leave it alone.
That's all you. You like searching some hand
No, no,
shit.
no.
You know what?
Your boy Eric threw that in there, and you want to take her to the deep end.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am very sorry for how I had to come here today.
No, you were not sorry.
All right.
Okay. Again, this is
trying to top
Let's
me
get your
and
final
then-
thoughts.
no one cared about topping your damn Vegeta BS.
And you were happy. You knock it out of the ballpark. I had to take a walk.
Good. It makes you rethink. You should have came harder because you couldn't.
All right.
Pun intended, huh?
Put your final thoughts and let's get the hell out of here.
All right, look.
All right, Big Mouth, you go first.
Let me start off. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sorry for that. But you can't blame me if you hear. You can't blame me because I'm pretty sure if you hear what the heck you hear and you think to yourself, if I didn't know what I knew from watching this series, and I'm like Wally and I'm listening to all this, I probably think the same thing too. Literally. Again, this is just what I'm hearing and what I'm taking in and what I'm pouring out as the aftermath. I will definitely take time to watch it, and I will definitely give my review eventually, neither here or neither on my own channel when I eventually start it. And you will know for sure how I feel about Teknoman or Tekkaman for sure, and you'll know where I'm at with it. But seriously though, you have to admit, a crystal magically forming an armor body suit, you waste too dang long in it. it turns you evil. I'm just saying. I ain't really far off what I said. I mean, I know it was nuclear, but I wasn't really that far off. I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know most of y'all ready to kill me right now just because I said what I said, but I mean, technically, he's taking. Okay, but just. And look here. Okay, I'm about to say.
I'll make it short and sweet. Now I understand who influenced the creation of crypto meth. Tekkaman. That's what it
I'll say that. Now you want to take one for the team. Now you want to throw that bullet in there. He's like, yeah, he didn't see this coming. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna throw it like this.
just like I say, Dragon Ball Z influenced the black community.
Oh, here we
Tekkaman
go
Blade
again.
influenced the crypto meth community. Okay? Sign.
Peter's like, I hate you two fuck faces.
Yeah, it's not okay. Vote for you right now. So you know what? Fuck you. Here. You know what? So, not like my two co-stars tonight. Teknoman is actually not a bad series. You give it a fair chance, but you have to understand what era it came out of, and the restrictions they had to work with. Check it out. That's all I would say. Me personally, is one of my favorites. I grew up on it, so I'm biased to it. So let's do a quick schedule update because there's not much. Yeah, let's come not much tonight.
If you
Uh,
watch Teknoman, don't listen to what we said. Because if you did and you watch it afterward, it might thinking too heavy.
all right, guys. So tomorrow we're talking about the backbone of a family. Celebrate the straight of a housewife. And on Saturday, I'm gonna piss off Eric because I love pissing him off at this point because it's fun. Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy. We're talking about all Batman stuff, from cartoons to everything.
Oh, boy.
No, Eric, Batman
Batman, the animated
1989, not the
series,
best.
GOAT.
I'm
GOAT.
sorry. Which one?
Batman animated series, the GOAT. Then Batman Beyond, the topper of the GOAT.
Oh yeah, those two are the best. But movie wise, he's arguing with me saying Dark Knight was the worst one. He said. You join us for that one. I know it already.
I might not be there, knowing the crucifix will have a body on someone's legs today.
Yeah, and next week on this show, as long as this guy keep their shit together, we're talking. You guys are talking about, because I'm not gonna be here. I'm taking the night off because I got to do things and called work. Is Gun Grave. Let me guess, you hate that one too, Body, don't you?
Another trigger.
All right, guys. You guys, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. There will be a bunch of anime that will either go to trigger me, or trigger Wally, or hotwire me, or hotwire Wally.
Well, this
Or
sounds like
have
he's talking about himself more than me because yeah.
I'm sorry, he surpassed me with crystal meth. I'm stuck with two.
you still holding on that one.
I'm tight. So I had to say yes. King Pookie influenced the black community while crystal meth influenced the crystal meth creation.
Oh
So
my god, he's still gonna be
like
on
that.
this. Whatever.
All right, guys. Let's get out of here. All right.
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.
So, guys, as always, do me a favor. Tune into our next episode. If you haven't hit a like, share, and subscribe, please do. Except that, as always, stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Crystal meth.